Hey guys, I just wanted to reach out to you and let you know that Surewinder is still selling amazing products. Some of you guys have been dragging your feet for whatever reason. If your shoulder hurts, do not waste time. Pull the trigger. I just bought 4 or 5 of them, and we had 2 guys out. You know how much it cost me to pay for 2 guys being out with bad shoulders? We just pulled the trigger and we said, listen, everybody's going to have one on a truck. It's mandatory. You got to use it. Don't hesitate. Don't wait till your guys go down. It's going to cost you more. Buy a Surewinder.
What's up, guys? Ryan with Torsion Talk Podcast. And today I screwed with Tamara a little bit and hit the record button. But that's her job.
Just taking over my responsibilities left and right.
You had this little thing going where she hits the button at exactly the right time. And so trying to make it easier on Pancake so he doesn't have to like do a bunch of edits and cuts.
Yeah.
She's done a good job. I just like taking that from her. By the way, like if you've ever met Tamara, if you see her now, like she is big enough to whoop your tail.
Oh, Jack. Yeah.
She's doing CrossFit. She's lost a ton of weight. Like, I mean, you have really done an incredible job with your fitness.
Thank you. It's like my stress relief. So I had it's a healthy hobby.
And then am I part of your stress?
No, I am mostly my stress.
Okay. All right. I didn't know if like getting away from me was the solution. And if you're going that hardcore after it, and that's a stress relief, I'm kind of concerned.
Yeah, well, I will say that the adjusting to change is probably a little bit stressful for me. As you know, I like my routine. So, yeah.
Yeah. So just to catch you guys up, my birthday was last Sunday.
Was it a good one?
It was a good one. You know what I did? I got a hotel at the Battery at Truist Park, which is the Braves. I got season tickets. And we were playing the Orioles, which happened to have a very similar record to us. They're playing really well this year. And I stayed down there Friday night and Saturday night. Friday night, I went to the game all by myself.
Nice.
It was so nice. I've never done that before. I've never been to a Braves game by myself. It was amazing. I did whatever I wanted to do when I wanted to do it. I didn't have my kid like yanking on my shirt, wanting this, wanting that. My wife wasn't like, babe, I'm hungry. Can you go get something with 2 outs and 3 runners on? Like, I just got to sit there and be like, what?
Yep.
Do whatever I want. Do whatever I want. Eat what I want. Do whatever I want. If I want to walk around, it is hard for me to sit still for 3 hours. So there's always like a period where I got to walk around. But I do love the new Major League Baseball rules where they speed the game up. So in between each pitch, they only have 15 seconds to wind up. And the batter has till the 8th second to be in the box looking at the pitcher. So the games, instead of them lasting like 4 hours, they're over in like 2:45, 3 hours.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
It's nice. It is nice. And then Saturday, Asher had a soccer game. So I went and picked him up and took him to a soccer game and then brought him down to Atlanta with me. So he stayed with me in the hotel Saturday night, watched the game with me. And then Sunday we woke up and they had like 11:30 game. So we went to that too. And then went home. So
does he love the Braves too?
He does. I mean, he loves the Braves because we love the Braves. You know, he doesn't even know why. But you know, he's from Atlanta. We've been taking our kids to Braves games for as long as I can remember. Both of my kids have been to Georgia games. Both of them have been to Falcons games. Both of them been to Hawks games. So, yeah.
Fun.
Steph and I both are like, we like sports. So So today we
have finalized a lot of stuff for GDU Summit.
Yes.
And I want to make sure, like, I don't think people know what GDU is. So I want to take a second and just describe that real quick and then tell you guys about the summit. So GDU is, I call it a peer group.
Yeah.
I don't technically love the term mastermind.
Right.
So I've always had a problem with describing it that way, but it's kind of what it is. We didn't we just did a little bit of research, but it was birthed out of Virtual Door Dealer Conference because one of the top things people really liked about Virtual Door Dealer Conference was the fact that they got to network with other dealers at Virtual Door Dealer Conference, because we had like breakout rooms and then we challenged them with questions and conversation pieces, and that went really well. And so we were like, man, we could do this ongoing and just make it a thing. So we launched GDU, sent out a message to everybody, and some people signed up. And since then, it's grown. We have almost 40 business owners in it. Like, we have different groups for different ranges of revenue. We do charge. Tamara's a full-time employee now, working strictly on GDU.
Yeah.
She's not cheap. We don't discount her pay. So she makes a good living and she deserves to. We also have some expenses that we cover for the group. We bring in special speakers. Sometimes we have to pay those people. We also use that money to do Garage Door Use Summit because it requires a massive amount of money up front. And I think right now we're out of pocket like $45,000 or something like that.
Yeah, just with deposits. That's
deposits for speakers and stuff like that. So we have to have a lot of that. We got to have a lot of that like up front.
Yeah.
So so that's what we do. Just a heads up, like, we meet on a weekly basis. If you're an owner operator where you're just like a one-man crew, we meet on a monthly basis because we understand that you're running around. So we want everyone to make it a priority. It's super important that you make every meeting that you possibly can. And what we do is we set goals, we challenge each other, we point one person every week to talk about something that's challenging them in their business. And then we hear them out, we ask questions, and then everybody kind of gives like perspective or feedback. Not all the feedback is great. Like, I've heard some people give some really crappy feedback, and then I've heard some people give some great feedback. The goal is not for you to have the perfect answer from everybody. The goal is to get different perspectives so that you can view it from a different angle.
Yeah.
And then ideally, this is where this is important. Like, I don't think enough people realize how much knowledge is actually power. Like, that's probably one of the truest statements I've ever heard. And, I saw someone post, I won't say his name, we're friends. But he posted something I felt was genuinely wrong. Like, learning is for losers, right? And like, what he was trying to say, I think, was like, there's a lot of people learning but not applying it. Right. Creating change with the information that they're given. But the way it came off was, and I know his heart, so I kind of knew that was the direction he was going. But I also was like, this is wrong. Like, information is power. Like, if you think about how come you're not $10 million more in revenue right now, it's because of either one of a few things. Information is probably a big one. Right. How do you do it?
Yep.
Like, what's your biggest challenge? Well, it's probably hiring that many people to scale up that fast, or profit or capital to scale up that fast. Well, what if you were given the information to hire the people scalable that fast, and also equipped with information and made connections with potential investors that could help fund your growth? Like, now those obstacles are completely removed and you are on your path to $10 million. Now, the only thing you got to do then is not get too scared and bail out, because that's a tall task. Right. But what I'd like to say is that I think that people hire business coaches for information, right? and they can be quite expensive. People can spend thousands, $5,000, $10,000 a month
Right.
in these business coaching programs that people have. And so I guess what I'm circling back around to is that like we do charge. I think that's the probably like we have probably like 30 people, 30% of the people that inquire don't like that we charge. But to me, I'm like, let me get this right. So this small amount of money is going to keep you from getting information that you don't even know you need yet. Like, like a lot of people don't even know. Like, I don't know what I don't
Don't know
know.
what you don't know. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
And it's not
And
just,
so
it I feel like also with the whole, enrollment fee thing and the monthly charge that we have, which are the same thing, like it's just a flat fee every month. But if you don't pay for something, like it's no big deal. It has to, like,
I'm going to show up.
there has to be some kind of investment for there has to be a cost, some kind of a sacrifice for you to get the full benefit from it. At least that's the way that I feel.
I feel that way too. All right. So changing gears. Sorry, I got off on a tangent, but I just felt like the need to like lay the foundation there. So we have GDU Summit coming up September. We changed the
12th through
dates.
16th.
12th through the 15th for
Right.
some people.
Yeah.
12th through the 16th for VIP and Diamond.
Mhm.
So what is this, right? What is GDU Summit? Well, this last GDU Summit was in December, and we've been told by numerous people that it's one of the best events they've ever been to in their life. Some of these people have been to many events. I would say that our goal for these events are for them to be more personable. So like I guess like the only two events that I'm aware of in the industry are Tommy's and IDA's.
Right.
So if you could take Tommy's event, right? Like I'm not bringing in public speakers, or like a lot of these people are just like, I mean, they're great. I'm not gonna lie. Like he puts on a good show, but there's not like a Q&A session a lot of times, right? Like there's not, I don't know. So I like intimacy. I like smaller events where it's intimate. You feel comfortable raising your hand, asking the questions catered to your business. And that's what we try to create. So it's more of a classroom environment. We're not here trying to pump you up and get you excited and give you 100 ideas for you to run back and try to start implementing. Like what we want to do is we want to have a focus. So the one in December had a focus of financial planning. We talked about pipeline reports. We talked about financial planning, goals, projections, how to set projections, how to do all that. And it was unbelievably good. Like if I do say so ourselves, we crushed it. Now, we poll a lot of people after events, so we get information on what people wanted. And so we polled everybody. We're going to do it here, just north of Atlanta in Beaufort, Georgia, on an island called Lake Lanier Islands. We've got a golf resort reserved, heated pool, beautiful, beautiful. You're surrounded. You're like on a peninsula, water surrounding. It's absolutely gorgeous. You got to cross a bridge to get there. That's why they call it an island, right? Not driving over water. We have, there's two major components to everything that I do, especially with Torsion Talk. Like my goal, if you guys have been with me long enough, you've heard me say that I just want to educate and entertain. Educate and entertain. Those are the two things that I love to do the most. I love to give you knowledge and information through guests that we have on or whatever, and you go out and apply that information so that you can make your business better, answer questions, whatever. So one thing that I think we do very well, Tamara and I, is educate and entertain at these events. So it's a business expense. You get to write it off, which is nice. You can bring your spouse, make it a little workcation. I'm a big fan of those, by the way. And we're going to have tons of fun. So if you're in Diamond, you get a Diamond dinner where we're going to go to like a high-end steakhouse or something like that. Two, we're going to do an exclusive Diamond roundtable. Three, you're going to get to go out on a boat, sunset cruise on a big houseboat. and we're gonna have music, we're gonna have food, drinks. It's gonna be a great time. And then we have Top Golf. So we're gonna go Top Golf one night. And then what else do we got?
The fishing tournament.
Oh, yeah, the fishing tournament. We're gonna have a fishing tournament. We have rented 10 boats. We can fit anywhere between 3 and 5 on each boat, 3 to 5 people. And we're gonna have a first and second place winner that gets a small prize. And then the loser is going to also get a prize.
But it has to be like the loser that still tries, because as one of the guys pointed out, you can't just not fish and then get a prize.
Right. Yeah. No, this is for like the people who catch tiny fish.
Right.
Or none at all. Like you tried and struck out and just suck. And so the prize will match the results for the loser.
Okay. Sounds
Right?
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we could give the worst fisher person, I say fisher person because we do have some ladies in the group now. We can give them the biggest prize, which I would totally be down for, because I feel
That'd
like
be weird. It's like giving last place the first place trophy.
I like to stir the pot.
Yeah. No, I'm all down for doing things different, but like you got to put it through the woke lens too, right?
I don't do anything through the woke lens, Ryan. What the heck?
Well, I try to look at the woke lens and I'm like, okay, like, are we giving participation trophies here? Like,
That's true. Okay. I see.
it needs to be like a poop emoji or something that we
The
give them, like
trophy
a 3D printed poop emoji or something.
Consistency in everything, including price, reliability, quality, not just quality, but great quality control. These are things that describe Somer USA. Somer's not some startup company, not one that you need to be worried about going out of business in the near future. Somer and their family of businesses are $200 million companies. They're in over 100 countries, and they have locations in 20 countries. This is a large organization who stands behind their product and works through integrity. And there's not another company out there willing to drop what they're doing and help you out like Somer. These guys are awesome. Not only have they been loyal to the Torsion Talk podcast, they've been loyal to the technicians and the owners of the companies who install their product. In my opinion, if you're not at least offering Somer as an additional option, you're cheating yourself. Listen, first-time dealers, I've got a special for you. If you buy 10 or more Somers, while supplies last, we will offer you free shipping. You have no more excuses. The prices are great. The product is amazing. Go check out Somer USA and order 10 for free shipping.
Anyway, so not only that, we've got some great speakers coming in. The focus of the theme of the whole thing is going to be sales and marketing. There's not two things that I know more about than sales and marketing. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be teaching all of my secrets on sales, marketing, strategy, everything. I'm going to give it all up. So we may not need to let anybody in my market in there because I'm not going to hold back. Like I'm going all in, going to give you everything I've got. We'll answer questions. We'll do all that. Now we've got Sebastian LeBlanc coming in. If there's anybody who's better at sales than me in the door industry, in my opinion, it's going to be him. And he's super hilarious. I have no clue how this is going to go, but I know he's got good information and he blows me away. He's very creative in his sales process. And I love like chatting with him and having a conversation about sales and technique and different strategies. And we're constantly like learning from each other and sharing ideas. So I think it'll be great to have him on there. He's very entertaining as well. So that's good. We've got Jesse Itzler. If for those of you guys who don't know Jesse, Jesse is probably the greatest storyteller of our time. He owns part of the Hawks, Atlanta Hawks here in town. He sold Marquise jets to Berkshire Hathaway for billions of dollars. He sold a coconut water company to Coca-Cola. His wife sold Spanx. She founded and invented Spanx. I'm talking like this dude turns everything he touches into gold, and he started with nothing. The only thing that didn't turn to gold was his rap career when he was like a young kid, and he jokes about that and actually has video and photos of that. It's actually really funny. But if you can think of like a nerdy white boy with a like curly hair as a rapper, yeah, it was funny. But this dude is amazing. He's a mind over matter type of guy, but he's not like super egotistical. So he's not going to come in and be like, trying to cut on everybody because they can't run, a gazillion miles, whatever. Yeah. He's not a David Goggins. But he is a guy that has pushed past the limits and seen what that creates. For example, he tells a phenomenal story about how he hired a Navy SEAL to train him for a 100-mile race. And I won't spoil it for you, but it's an incredible story. It's probably my favorite story of all time as far as motivation. And he absolutely crushes it when he tells it. So he's local. He's coming in. He's going to speak. And then we got someone from Sandler Training here that's local as well. It's going to come in and talk a little bit about selling memberships and technique and things like that. I'm working on a guy that I met at a marketing conference, and we haven't locked it down just yet, but he manages more AdWord money than anybody in the world, from what I understand. And he is the most knowledgeable person on AdWords I've ever met. So way more than me. So I thought it would be great to have him come in, talk a little bit about AdWords and some of the advantages and things. AdWords has changed so much. Just recently, they have rolled out PerformMax ads where it's AI. So it's like there's like machine learning and all this stuff. So I wanted to bring him in, kind of tell a little bit about the differences, do a Q&A session. Who else we got? There's like one or two more, right?
Yeah, we have Sebastian, the Sandler Training. Oh, Todd Price.
Oh yeah. Todd Price is a buddy of mine, started a roofing company from just about nothing, and now has got a $50 million roofing company. So definitely someone, and he built that honestly on the back of social media. Like, this guy is a social media genius. He's hardcore though. I'll tell you, like, every time I go to see him, he's eating rice and
Chicken.
what is it? Rice and baked chicken.
Yeah.
Like, how disgusting is that, really?
For the game. Doing it for the game.
Yeah. I mean, he like weighs his food.
Yep.
He eats like 6 to 8 meals a day.
Bulking.
I mean, the dude puts pictures online of him in like thongs. And I'm like,
so he's doing the bodybuilding thing then.
Oh, he's a bodybuilder.
The physique competitions.
He's a bodybuilder, and right now he's in hardcore like mode. I think he's going to compete soon. Yeah. But like, I'm a dude, and I don't even feel guilty clicking on his half dude photos, because it's like, holy cow! Like, this dude's muscles. This dude's muscles has muscles, like baby muscles. I'm like, bro, I didn't even know that you could have muscles there, And so you're talking about somebody who ran with a lot of the same people I ran with. We didn't really know each other, I don't think, when we were younger, but we ran with a lot of the same people. He was an addict, went to prison, and just changed his life, man. And the guy does a lot of giving back and community involvement, and has taught me a lot about community involvement as well. So he's going to be teaching that, and I'm super stoked. But one thing that we got overwhelmingly, like, I'm always about trying to make things as convenient as possible for attendees or clients or whatever. And we're going to include the hotel in the ticket price. We're going to include food for breakfast and lunch. There's going to be so much that you can get out of this. The only thing you really need to do is just get there. If you are doing VIP or Diamond, we're even getting you from the airport here. You don't even have to pay for a car. You don't have to do any of that. We're going to be on the island the whole time. There's not going to be really time for you to leave. So it's going to be great. anyway, if you are interested in signing up, we're going to put the link in the description. We're just now opening the conference specifically to the public. We've already had GDU members open to it. They're signing up. But it's garagedoorU.com/summit.
Yep.
So that's garagedoorU.com/summit. And if you sign up within the next 10 days, I'm going to give you a coupon code. And that coupon code is going to be, I'm going to have to spell it out. It's weird. I don't even know why I did this. The letter I, MEARLYYO. And we'll put that in the description.
Yeah.
Tamara,
I'll put it in the show notes because that's ridiculous.
It's so stupid. I don't even know what that is.
I don't
should
either.
have done
It's like
something
keyboard
completely
smash.
different. Let's see. Where are you on Slack? Oh, I'm in the wrong channel. I got too many Slack channels now.
I'm in all of the channels. You could just DM me on literally any of them.
All right, there you go. That'll give you a discount, and you can register.
It says I'm early, yo. That's what
Can't believe you figured that out. All right, so it's I'm early, yo, because y'all know, I don't know if you spend enough time with me, you'll hear me say bro a lot, and you'll hear me say yo a lot. Don't ask me why. It's just been that way since I was a kid. So I'm like, bro, or what up, yo?
Yeah.
That's a thing I do. Or like if I email one of my team members, I'll be like, hey, can you order this door, yo?
Thanks, yo.
Thanks, yo. Yeah, thanks, yo is a popular one. So anyway, it just makes conversation more fun and intriguing.
Yeah.
But you're going to come in on a Tuesday night. You're going to stay Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If you're a standard admission, you'll leave out Friday night unless you buy a room for another night. If you're VIP or diamond, you'll stay Friday night and go into Saturday. We also did an iced bath in Dallas in December, and it was a huge success. Everybody was a little worried and didn't want to do it, but then once they did it, now they love it. Some people are even doing it now, like continue to do it. There's so many benefits from it. So we're going to have an ice bath there that we'll do as well. So we'll have an ice bath experience. So really excited about that. And for the most part, like we're not going to jam pack the agenda so hard that it's going to be like shoving it down your throat. What we're going to do is we're going to try and have sessions where we open up your mind, change your mindset, and give you actionable items that you can go back and implement. And here's the key. This is where it all really starts putting together, is that I'm going to encourage you to write down everything. And then once you have free time, I want you to prioritize those things that you learned that you would like to implement based on the level of importance that your business needs them now. And then you're going to start on the first one and you're going to work your way down, but you don't start the second one until after you complete the first one. So we're going to kind of guide you through how to go back and implement things from a conference like this. So that alone, I think will be helpful, but you'll learn a lot and have some actionable take home. Now, if you do this and let's say you get enough information and you go back and implement stuff and it makes your bit, I actually believe that this will increase your revenue on an annual basis, no less than $100,000, no less than $100,000. The information you're going to learn at this summit will give you at least a minimum of $100,000 of increased revenue on an annual basis if you implement it. But it's no joke. Like I've been training salespeople my whole life. I've trained numerous business owners, salespeople, service technicians. If your team sells doors, I can almost double their average door sale. I can increase their average close rate. I can make them more efficient on site. If they do service, I've had guys go from $300 an average ticket to $800 to $1,000 a ticket. I've got guys that have texted me saying that they're used to doing $30,000 and now they're doing $60,000 thanks to the training I gave them. I mean, I'm telling you guys, it is all about mindset. And then if you equip people with the right tools to be able to accomplish those goals, it works. So I'm going to be sharing all of that with you guys, and you're going to be able to take that back with you and hold your people accountable and implement these things. And I promise you, there'll be time for a Q&A. You're going to get to, if you do Diamond, you get a meet and greet with a photo with my boy Jesse Etzler, which is huge. You guys are going to love him. But this is the most important thing, I think, of the year that you cannot miss. We crushed it with the last event. We only are going to do about 40 people. We're limited. That's it. 40 people. So if you're thinking about dragging your feet, don't. We're doing 40 people and that's it. We're cutting it off. So if you're interested, go to garagedoorU.com/summit. I'm early, no spaces for the coupon code. Get a discount for early bird. And then as soon as that is done, you'll be registered. We'll reach out to you. You'll get an email automatically with instructions on stuff. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. But Tamara, you got anything you want to add?
No, except that we are also open for enrollment with GDU itself. So if you want to kind of get in on meeting the group, and if you're feeling like entrepreneurship is a super lonely experience for you right now, I would encourage you to give me a call, and you can even sit in on one of our meetings to observe if we can work that out with the schedules, just so you can kind of see what it's about. And yeah, I definitely think that would be a good idea.
This is not for sissies. If you get your feelings hurt super easy and you don't make meetings, don't inquire.
Yeah.
Because the team is super loving.
Yeah.
But we're going to tell, like, when you're whining and complaining about stuff that you're like complaining about your team, and we're all sitting here like it's your fault, we're going to tell you. We're not going to hold back. So,
but I think we all need that, right?
Yeah, accountability, right?
Yeah.
But if you're whining and sensitive and thin-skinned, this is not the group for you. If you are dedicated and ready to grow and serious about becoming a better leader, better husband, better father. Shoot, I even give investment advice in there. You can be more financially free. So I follow economics. For those of you guys who follow me, I'm big on financial investments. I'm a believer in diversification and being in a lot of different places, and driving revenue from multiple different places. Like I have an income from like 4 or 5 different places, and I want like 5 more. So the problem is that it's hard to go start something else when you got some things that are just doing really, really well. So I'm investing my time and effort there. So good point. Also, we have a really big discount for GDU members right now. Yeah. So if you did want to do like a hack, the thing to do would be the day you hear this, if it's within a few days of launch, but you won't have many days because the coupon expires for GDU members on the 18th, I think is the last day.
Yeah, so you'd have 2 days.
Yeah, we're giving a massive discount for GDU members for early bird. And if you sign up, you would get that discount. It's enough to pay for your first month of GDU. Easily. Like it's big. Yeah. So if you're interested, make sure you check it out. garagedoorU.com/summit. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you to our sponsors. Roman, our sponsor, actually will be there. Thank you so much, Roman. You are a freaking godsend to our industry. I really appreciate you guys supporting everything that we do as well. True blessing that our friendship and business relationship, I'm blessed to have you in my life. So thank you very much. And we also have Service Spring as a sponsor. And we also need 1 or 2 more sponsors. So if you're interested in sponsoring and you're with a supplier of our industry, please feel free to reach out. Thank you very much. Hope you guys have a wonderful day and be blessed.